very polite. Truly, truly. You're very polite, but you're not nice.
No, but like really, Josh Johnson. First of all, I'm so sad I missed your performance. I literally bought tickets, but I got bad. And 6 I couldn't come. But this is actually a very, very, very true phenomenon. There's a sociological reason for it. I don't know the sociology, like terminology behind it. But Canadians are very much not nice. They're not nice. We are polite, but we're not nice. Being nice is like being honest. I always tell someone, I heard a quote from this great Sophia Stanley, a podcaster and a lawyer and a person in the United States. She once said to me, if you want to call me the N-word, if you want to call me say it to my face. Say it to my face. I will respect you. Why? Because you do not waste my effing time. Do you know how many Canadians... I'm not talking to you. Shush.
What are you talking to?
You know how many... Sorry about that. I was just in the living room of the mental asylum, and I have to go to my room just to get some peace and quiet. Canadians are not nice. They're polite. They're not nice. Being nice is being honest. Being nice is saying to your face. Canadians kind of pussyfoot around. They kind of say things behind your back. They gossip about very high school, and they don't stay up to your friends and say, "Hey, I have a problem with you. Can we fix it?" You know, I have so many times in my life where I've offended someone, and if they were just to come up to me and say, "Hey, Imad, you seem like you're a little bit out of it. You seem a little, say, manic because I have bipolar. Maybe you should calm down. Maybe you should talk clearly." But no, they go all around to other people, talk to every other person of authority, try to get me in trouble instead of actually doing the work and treating me like a human being and saying it to my face. Canadians are not nice, and I hate that shit. We are polite. Now, don't get me wrong, there are nice Canadians, especially in Toronto being a multicultural city. There's niceness in spades. And I'm just talking about more of the culture of Canada as a whole. Canada doesn't have a lot of ingrained cultures simply because we're not like the United States that has like life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, has like real values that are enshrined in the Constitution of the Founding Fathers when it was written. And yes, America doesn't always live up to those values and constitutions and things like that, but at least they had them when they started. Canada has never had a really strong stand of values until Pierre Trudeau made the whole Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And even today, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms are constantly under attack. They're constantly violated. Case in point, me. I'm not free in Canada. I'm not free in Ontario. You want to know why? Because of the Mental Health Act. You want to know what the Mental Health Act is? Look it up on Wikipedia. It's a fascist act that makes it so that any person who deems that, oh, this person seems like they're unwell, this person seems like they're mentally ill, they have the legal right to call the police, whether they're a family member, whether they're a stranger, whatever it is, to call the police, to put you in handcuffs and drag you to the mental health hospital, usually a room with bright white lights, and then you have to be assessed of whether or not you're deemed fit enough to release to go back into Gen Pop or not. Gen Pop being like the general population, not like a prison situation. I'm literally been incarcerated over and over for shit that's not even my fault. Yes, there have been times where I've called the police on myself, where I've been manic, that I need to go, but for more times than not, they blow that shit out of proportion. Do you know how many times I've been brutalized by CAMH? Brutalized. I'm not free in Ontario. Say what you want about the United States. Yes, you could be gunned down by someone, by a random person, or by the police, or whatever else, but at least there's fucking hope. At least you can look up to Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, Obama, Oprah, all these other people. But as a black person in Canada, it is so hard to believe that we have some sort of like power or like hope of that we can be someone one day. The closest thing we have to that is Desmond Cole, a man who is a journalist and still faces utmost discrimination, utmost attack. It's demonized in the media. It's demonized by John Tory. Then he would stand up to John Tory during the Catholic school board meeting about police officers in schools, and he still got away with it. You know, being in Canada fucking sucks. I hate this country. I don't hate this country forever. I just hate what it stands for, and what it stands for is nothing. Nothing. Tell me what it is. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, no. Good government, peace, good politeness, good government, this. It doesn't make any sense. Because if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. It's why so much rampant colonialism is anti-black racism, even anti-Semitism. Yeah, it's misogyny, homophobia, transphobia roams rampant in Toronto and the greater Toronto, GTA and the greater country as a whole because there simply aren't enough people who stand up for the values of this city, which is why I am going to change that. Starting this election, I am running for mayor of Toronto, and I will soon move on to premier and then prime minister. And inshallah, even though these white people are so racist, people don't understand how racist Canadians are, how anti-black racism is rampant in this city. Not to mention the anti-indigenous racism that just like is ingrained in their culture. Inshallah, one day I will change the world into Canada. One day I'll change it for the better. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle. I need people, anybody who's watching this, to please support me. Follow me, support your brothers and sisters, lean on each other, practice compassion, fight, stand up for what is right, do the hard thing and don't be polite. Be good, be just, be right. Be good, be just, be right, stand up. All that is dark must come to light, and I am the sun. Thank you.